Welcome back to Rave Master Anime Review. This is Part 3B. This one I'm covering the 3 Aftermath episodes. Technically, yeah, they're kind of Aftermath episodes of the Tower of Denark. The first 2 episodes are backstory episodes, or at least origin episodes. One I thought was really interesting. One focused on the character of the original Rave Master, Shuda, of how he technically became the Rave Master, meeting Risha Valentine, how he met her, and talk about the creation of the gravestones. They technically don't show them in this particular episode. Yeah, they don't show them. They do show the Blue Knights all in their human form, all 4 of them, and of course they mention stuff about the Shadow Stones, and of course Musica's grandfather appears in the episode, though a younger guy, mind you, 50 years prior to the events of the series. Well, 51 years, mind you. Yes, 51 years. And it also explains the meaning of the word rave, where each of the 4 letters are actually taken from Risha Valentine's name. Like the first 2 letters are taken from the first and last letter of her first name, and the same thing with her last name. First letter, last letter. That's how they came with the name Rave. And it's told by Shuda himself, telling it to Haru's sister, this is actually the first time outside of the. She did kind of appear in the actual arc itself briefly, as part of those mass of people who actually are witnessing the explosion that pretty much consumed everybody. Oh yeah, and there's that, and of course the green flower thing that last appeared way back in the pilot. Well, at least actually he appeared back in episode 2 in a flashback. Yep. In a flashback. And then, of course, we have Sir Plu, which I wasn't really interested in this episode. Look at the description of it. Yeah, this one's interesting. Just basically how Griff and Plu met 1 year prior to the events of the series. All involving pudding, and it kind of ties into the events of the next episode. It was not very interesting. I was not interested in learning about how Griff met Plu, so I just skipped over it. And jumped straight to the next episode, Sideshow, which is a partial filler / canon episode. Because out of the 3 episodes that are kind of considered part of the Tower of Denark, this one actually feels like an Aftermath episode. It feels like the last 2 episodes were just put there just to extend the series and to explain the backstory, like one really necessary one and one unnecessary one. Yeah, the origin of Sir Plu, that was not a necessary episode. I didn't care. There was a mention of it in 1 episode. I did not need a whole freaking episode to explain this. I'm sure some people may have felt the same way when they watched it. I know Plu is a popular character. I can tell that. Especially since Plu is the mascot of the freaking franchise. And yet, they actually do this for some reason. I have no idea why. They just do. And with Sideshow, which is actually, we see Let kind of become a good guy, and have them all go on. They spend most of it's revealed after Musica has left the hospital. How should I put this? He gets a Silver Rhythm gang, gets a new airship, and spends most of their money on this damn ship. And of course, everyone gets on board, and apparently there's a weight problem, and the ship crashes. And then, for some reason, no idea why in the world, they just happen to be there. Apparently, Plu and Griff just wander to a random candy store and raid it. Griff eats most of the pudding, and Plu eats most of these spiral lollipops. Yeah. And of course, this something was completely unplanned. Of course, Haru has spent basically most of his day spending all his money preparing for the trip. Now, they actually are going to the place where the Rave Stones were created, which is a really nice idea, which is tying into the previous episode, tying to 2 episodes back. It's like those 2 episodes were set up for this one, kind of loosely. And of course, Risha, the fake temple maiden, and her brother. Yeah, there's a brief thing at the beginning. This actually is canon, where Musica is flirting with her. And then all of a sudden, her brother just pops like completely out of nowhere with a sword, threatens Musica, and they start briefly fighting. Apparently, the fake temple guardian has no problem with this at all. Of course, he has a little creepy thing of rubbing his finger across her face. I get the fact she's a beautiful woman, but come on. Yeah, this is completely unnecessary. And of course, the whole thing with the Plu and Griff raiding the store, they have paying over 100,000 in, well, the currency of the area. They actually had no money, so they kind of figured, oh, why not they try to figure out some way to actually raise money. They thought of a sideshow. I would have thought maybe that Ellie would go to some random casino and basically start gambling. She's very good at gambling, and she's actually known for winning a lot of money. How do you think they spend? How do you think they're able to afford, like, traveling all over the planet looking for the Rave stones? And of course, looking for her memory. Yep. And of course, Let shows up. Yeah, and apparently he acts like a good reconnaissance scout. Comes the idea like, okay, I'm capable of raising most money. So for the sideshow, they have him. They have Let smash like it looks like 1,000 tiles. Apparently that wasn't impressive. They have Music up doing his thing with sharing his necklace into a whip, and takes out some scarecrows. That wasn't apparently impressive. Then they have Haru take out a sword, smash a giant rock, apparently scared off all the people. Excuse me. And apparently Plu was the one who actually, and of course Ellie came up with the interesting idea to try to sing. We never get a chance to hear her sing. And of course Plu just be as adorable as possible. So he decides to do a little dance, and he earns like a bunch of fast cash. So they come up with the interesting idea of having Ellie hit Haru with an apple. Well, put an apple on top of his head and throw Plu at it. Yeah, it's kind of an old archery trick where you put an apple on someone's head and depends on what archer you are, you aim for the apple, not the person. And a lot of the time from stories I've seen, the people do usually hit the apple a lot of the time. And of course, he hits the apple the first time, and he earns all the money and pays off the store owner, who also kept Griff as collateral in order to make sure he pays the bill. And then the episode ends with a nurse coming to Musica, like maybe this is a fan of his. No, she's there to give him his hospital bill. And because he has no money, so they decided to pretty much do the same thing. Except they decided to put the apple on top of Musica's head, and of course Ellie missing on purpose. And that's kind of the episode ends, just with him raising money, and of course they have us where his second command just fixes up the ship, and of course they go off, and that's where the episode ends. I think the name of the kingdom is Cervalonia, I think the name is. What is the name of the kingdom? Let's see, what is the name of the kingdom? It is Symphonia. Yeah, Symphonia. Yeah, they go there, and that's basically, it's kind of a setup for, it's kind of wrapping up stuff from the previous arc and set up next arc of the series, which is really nice. Though it's partially filler anyways, okay? So that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned tomorrow for my final part, well, covering the final 10 episodes of the series, and then of course the next few videos will cover the last few arcs of the manga, because the anime can be bothered to adapt these things, for some unknown reason. Also, I gotta point this out though, like, why in the world do people consider Fairy Tail trash? Seriously, the reasoning for it is completely stupid, because the whole thing is about friendship. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Comic books basically promote friendship all the time, and yet Fairy Tail considered trash, which honestly makes no damn sense. Rave Master, thank God, has not basically been called trash. In the case of One Piece, I've heard recently that people are calling it trash, which makes no sense at all because it's a damn good series. Yeah, otherwise, though, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for tomorrow, where part 4 will cover the last 10 episodes of the anime. My final thoughts on the anime, and of course, what they could do if they ever bring the series back. If they ever do, okay? But see you next review. Bye.